Hey, Donny Walker here. How's it going this morning? Better turn off that radio when you want to get any trouble from radio people or song rights. Alrighty. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday today? Yeah, okay. Sounds good to me. So anyways, what are we talking about today? I had some questions from John Crawford down in the US about the 181 and 281 oil pumps. He was missing his seals on his oil pump. I'll just show you on this one, John, and everyone else. That's the old style one. This is a 181 from like 1989. Still has a good piston and cylinder. I'm gonna fix a carburetor put on it. So there's the older style plastic worm gear or oiler gear, and here's that little steel bushing here, or steel guard, dust guard that presses into this oiler. Okay, so you got to use this style gear with this style oil pump because they have a little bit different of a pump shaft as well. This is the new one, new style, with the new style oiler gear, like a 394, and the newer 288s had it. And I believe the serial number range, I had it here. Let's check it out. I actually pulled the service bulletin off the Husky's internet site. I couldn't believe it. It was still on there. But that's the part number for the newest oiler, 503-698-101. And I believe the oil pump drive gear, the new one here, this black one, is 503-557501. So the brand new oiler comes with a new seal, the new little O-ring on the feed hole to go to your bar. So you just have to use your old line. Hopefully it's not deteriorated or anything. You can buy new ones of those still. So that's the oiler bits on the 181, 281, 288. 181, 281, 288. You cannot get this metal seal anymore or dust guard, but you can get that plastic one that's on the end of the clutch drum, which is this one right here. Okay, that's still available from Husqvarna. So you have to find a used steel cup. I'm going to try to find you one, John. Here's the service bulletin about that. There's the new gear, the pump shaft, slight difference, got a little recess in it that tells you, like a little groove turned into it on the lathe, shows you the separate ones. Anyways, there you go, bud. And just a minute ago, I sent a little video to my friend Ron at Chainsaw Clinic in Toronto, Ontario. There's a brand new 2100 piston thin ring. It measures out the diameter 55.93, same as the older thick ring one. These thick ring ones, good luck starting them, man. They're the hardest saw to ever pull over. Young guys in shops and stuff hurt their shoulders, and even older guys. You gotta know how to start them. And they came with the stupidest, smallest starter handle too on that big saw. Thin ring ones were a little better, more used than 2101s. The 394 piston is same diameter, but it's shorter. I think it was shorter. Let's have a quick look. There's your pin to pin. The height of the, oh, that's 3120, sorry. This is a 394, here's your 2100 piston. Yeah, so you can see 2100 piston's a little taller, and the 394 is a little shorter, right? Taller on the top, the 2100 is, and the 394 is shorter on the bottom, but same diameter. There you go. Okay, that's enough of that. We'll talk about tilts and carburetors on 181s, 281s, 288s, some 2100 stuff. This is your basic old carburetor, a 228A. Now I got the service bulletin on that too. Guys, we're talking about the governors in these carburetors. Here's the service bulletin from 1990. So the carburetor's been replaced with a non-governor one. So at HS228A with the governor is therefore replaced by the HS228B without the governor. Okay, so I'll show you the difference here. And the new carburetor had a main jet in it, you know, main jet here that you can replace. And I'll show you the old style here. So basically that newer one looks like this carburetor. You got the main jet in the carburetor instead of the Welsh plug and the governor. Here's the old school one with the low speed Welsh plug and your high speed Welsh plug. And over here is that brass screw by your choke lever. That is where the governor is, okay? You can block off this governor and then just make sure you adjust the high speed properly. Don't over rev it or you'll blow bearings out of it and score the piston. So to do that, you take a slotted screwdriver, screw this out, and there's your hole in there. What me and my dad used to do on this carburetor here with the governor, we take that governor out like I did on this one, okay? And we take a Welsh plug, a brand new Welsh plug, like this high speed one here. Take it, put it in that hole, then screw this back in. Now you have no governor. Then you can adjust it. You got to adjust the carburetor properly, okay? So on these ones with the Welsh plugs as well, that's a service spot too. Like when you're rebuilding one of these old carburetors, replace these and go through your circuitry holes. Take a little tuning screwdriver and sharpen it up to a point like an awl, and just pry that out of there. Okay, the new one you get with the kit you can use to block off the governor, or just get yourself another new one. Lots of shops have carburetor parts laying around. There's always extra stuff kicking around, eh? So inside there under this high-speed Welsh plug, you'll see there's a fine screen in there. A lot of people don't take these out and wonder why the thing dies out and just won't run right, because this gets filled up with sawdust as well. Fuel filters in those days were crappy. A lot of stuff got through and would fill up this little screen, or your screen on your other side of where your fuel pump diaphragm is, right? Okay. So some saws that had this main jet as well, like the early 394, a certain series of them, they wouldn't rev worth a heck. So you could almost turn the high speed in and they would still run quite rich. So we actually took and changed this main jet to a different number. I forget what the exact number is, but I got boxes full of these old jets from the amount that we changed years ago on the 394. And maybe we did on the 288 too. I can't quite remember. My dad, I don't know if he remembers or not either, but we'll check that out. So yeah, there, these old Tillotson, these are the 228Bs. No, A, sorry. A. Just a good around carburetor. Like unless your needle seat leaks on these, you can rebuild these several times and they still work fine. As long as your shafts are still in good shape, they don't have a lot of play, your butterfly's not wore. You can see this one's actually wore a bit. See how it goes back and forth? So you got to watch that too. You think about that, that's going to idle faster because you got more air going past that butterfly for your idle circuit. So that's something to look for. So you just want to replace that throttle shutter butterfly. Here's an old school Tillotson, real basic. This came off McCullough. It's a regular 2-jet, no governor, and it has the high-speed main jet too, which worked fine. We never had to mess with those ones. There you go. There's your oiler problem, John Crawford. I'll try to get you that piece. And there's the information on those carbs. I think I showed that before, but we showed it again anyways. And Ronnie, about those pistons, I don't know what your customer has from Jamaica. Have to try to get more information, or hopefully you can help the fellow out. We all like to help people out. Sometimes you can't, eh? You got to give up sometimes, but hopefully not. We get this one for Donny Hudgens done and get it back to him, and have a little talk to him about how to install it and set the RPM of that one. It's a 372X torque. Anyways, keep your saw on the wood, stick in the ice, rubbing the road. Have a great fall day. It's nice and sunny here today. All the maple leaves back there are turning brown, so yep, fall's here. Have a great day. Check out the WalkerSawShop.com online store. Have a good day.